The transfer window officially opens in one day and Arsenal aren't waiting about, with Mikel Arteta chasing the signing of Declan Rice. Today we'll find out about a massive development in the pursuit. We'll also discuss a potential defensive signing, break down the battle for Ilkay Gundogan and Moises Caicedo, analyse the Turkish wonder kid on Arsenal's radar, and find out about the game-changing news regarding Pep Guardiola. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Bows14, welcome back to your boys channel. I hope you guys are doing sensational as we approach the opening of the transfer window. And I want to give a quick shout out to the guys at Ultimate Fantasy Merch. They have sent your boy a customized FIFA Ultimate Team card, and if you want your own, make sure to check out their Instagram. And as per, don't forget to smash a like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Help your boy on his road to 200,000 subscribers. But starting off with Arsenal's upcoming announcement. Over the course of last season, Mikel Arteta found another gem. Reiss Nelson was a surprise package. The goals against Nottingham Forest, the last minute winner against Bournemouth. He was named the official Premier League game changer of the season. Offers from clubs in Italy, France and England, the likes of Brighton chasing his signature. But Arsenal have done their job. Fabrizio Romano confirms Arsenal expect Reiss Nelson to sign a new long-term deal this week. Agreement in principle reached over a 4-year contract with an option for a further season. Despite of the offers of first-team football elsewhere, Arsenal have convinced Reiss Nelson he can make an impact under Mikel Arteta. The wages though are a bit of a surprise. Santi Auna confirms Reiss Nelson's new Arsenal contract will run until 2027. He will earn £100,000 a week with a £5 million signing bonus. Arsenal expect Nelson to sign the contract when he returns from vacation. With all of the offers and interest, Arsenal have gone above and beyond, and it could be a risky move, especially if things don't work out. Will Arsenal be able to move Nelson on? The important thing is all about Mikel Arteta. This guy is a long-term fan of Reiss Nelson. In his first few games as Arsenal manager, he dropped club record signing Nicola Pepe to give Nelson a chance in the first team. But this is where Mikel Arteta needs to be brave, even though he has Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka. With Nelson's new expensive contracts, if any of those guys aren't performing, Arteta needs to be decisive and not be scared to throw Reiss Nelson in. The future of William Saliba is also going to be at the Emirates Stadium. After David Ornstein confirmed that Arsenal had agreed a new 4-year contract, the news actually gets even better. According to Fabrice Hawkins, Saliba has agreed a 4+1 year contract extension, as United and Bayern were interested in signing the player. Even the likes of Real Madrid and PSG reportedly monitoring Saliba was a man in demand. But is that a surprise? Look at the caliber of player we have here. How many centre-backs at 22 years of age are able to elevate a team like William Saliba? A physical powerhouse with fantastic recovery pace. Saliba is a unicorn profile. And when you have the likes of Bayern interested, the fact that we're able to keep William Saliba and maybe even beat them for Declan Rice, this is also fulfilling a long-term promise. The whole idea of moving to the Emirates Stadium was to be able to compete with the likes of Bayern Munich and beat them financially. Even back in 2013, that we can compete with the likes of Bayern Munich. It has taken a long time and a bit of pain, but Arsenal are now getting there. Their project is now very attractive. And when you have one of the best young managers in the world with the youngest team in the Premier League, is that really a surprise why Saliba wants to stay? Importantly for Arsenal now, they have locked up their future. Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, William Saliba, even the likes of Ramsdale and Magalhaes, all tied down to long-term contracts. As Fabrizio Romano confirms, Arsenal's new contract plan continues, as Martin Odegaard is next on the list. Negotiations will take place soon. You've also got the Arsenal players now on international duties, from Jorginho to Odegaard, Tierney to Kivior, a trio in the USA of Balogun, Trusty and Turner. And here is Bukayo in training, alongside a certain Declan Rice. There's also a few players out of duties with injuries, but that's where we have some positive news. According to Kaya Kayanak, Gabriel Martinelli, Alexander Zinchenko, Mohamed Elneny and Takahiro Tomiyasu are all set to be involved in Arsenal's upcoming pre-season campaign next month. You've also got Saliba not far away, but I want to focus here on Takahiro Tomiyasu, the forgotten man at the Emirates Stadium. Last season he only made 6 starts in the Premier League, yet another campaign ruined with injuries. You often hear a lot about Saliba's injury costing us, but we can't forget about Tomiyasu, injured in the same game against Sporting Lisbon. If he had been available, Arsenal would have definitely used him. Last year, as his heat map shows, just as comfortable on the right hand side as he is on the left. Let's not forget that he's one of Mikel Arteta's go-to natural defenders. You look at the profiles of John Stones, Manuel Kanji, players that are comfortable defending out wide. Arteta sees Tomiyasu in a similar light, trusting him last season up against Mo Salah. This next season for him is going to be decisive. Arsenal fans know his quality, but can he be reliably available? In terms of fullbacks, you've also got the future of Cedric Soares, and Jacob Steenberg confirms Arsenal are looking for ways to move out Nicola Pepe and Cedric Suarez. Cedric's loan to Fulham was a real letdown. 8 appearances in total and only 2 starts. His market value hasn't got any higher. He's now 31 years of age. It might be time for Edu Gaspar to turn into the Terminator. You've also got another Arsenal fullback. We are talking 19-year-old Brooke Norton-Cuffy. He's currently at the Under-20 World Cup with England. Last season on loan to Coventry in the Championship. 41 appearances, 28 starts, helping them all the way to the playoff final with 2 assists on the way. It was a heartbreaking defeat. And that game sums up Norton-Cuffy. An all-action performance. 28 passes completed, 0 accurate crosses, 4 successful dribbles, 8 ground balls won. Losing the ball in total 16 times. There is a lot of physical potential, but technically he still seems a little bit raw. Now he did sign a brand new Arsenal contract in 2022. Even though Arsenal are looking for a new right back, it's still way too soon for Norton-Cuffy. And according to reports, Sheffield Wednesday are weighing up an approach for Arsenal's Brooke Norton-Cuffy on loan. Talking of fullbacks, Arsenal have got a brand new target. Leicester City's Timothy Castagne. According to Belgian source Sacha Tavaleri, Leicester City will facilitate a move for Timothy Castagne, who is very appreciated by Arsenal, and talks have started between clubs. The deal will take time though, as Arsenal are working on their priorities first. 27 years of age with 3 years of Premier League experience and a Belgium international, Castagne has experience, and I would describe him as a useful profile, with 2 goals and 3 assists last season. Primarily he is a right back, but he's also comfortable on the left hand side, and the prime example of this is at his previous club in Atalanta. As you can see from his heat maps, they are both equally spaced on the left and right hand sides. Mikel Arteta does love versatile players, and as much as we're chasing a right back, with the future of Kieran Tierney being uncertain, a left back may also be needed. I don't think Castagne is going to be our first option. The likes of Joao Cancelo and even Fresneda will be ahead on the list. And Arsenal do have to be careful. We are trying to beat a treble winning Man City team to a title, and that's where we need to raise our levels. Does a Timothy Castagne do that? Now moving on to the battle for Moises Caicedo, a man in demand and wanted by 2 teams in London. Arsenal versus Chelsea is a London derby. Even though he signed a brand new contract last season, the price tag hasn't been affected. According to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal and Chelsea will pursue a deal for Moises Caicedo, and it will take around £70 million guaranteed, with £10 million in add-ons, with no bids placed as of yet. Even after selling Alexis McAllister for £35 million, the price tag for Caicedo is in range. Let's not forget in January, Arsenal made a £70 million offer. In terms of Fabrizio Romano, he confirms that Chelsea are working to get him. Arsenal, after having bids rejected in January, are there now as well. Right now their priority is Declan Rice, though from what I understand, Brighton want close to £80 million. The deal for Declan Rice is a massive one, so I can understand why Arsenal are focusing on that first. But Chelsea won't care. As we have seen with Todd Bowley, they can move fast to get their targets. And that's where I start to wonder, how much does Mikel Arteta want Moises Caicedo? How much time do Arsenal have on their hands? Is Caicedo able to wait? And can we afford to lose yet another player to Chelsea? The likes of João Felix and Mykhailo Mudryk were both players that Arsenal tried to sign. Even going back to last summer, Chelsea were trying to hijack a move for Rafinha. Reports have claimed Arsenal are about to make their first offer, and if it comes down to the player's choice, he does prefer a move to the Emirates. But who do you guys believe is going to win the battle? You've also got a wonder kid out of Turkey that Arsenal have their eyes on. We are talking Fenerbahce's Arda Güler. Fabrizio Romano says, don't forget the name Arda Güler. There are rumours of Arsenal one day, Dortmund the next, and PSG, because this kid is great and it's true that it's a transfer race. All the top clubs in Europe want Arda Güler. It is going to be a huge race soon. 18 years of age, this guy's hype is growing. Güler is seen as a future of Turkish football, and in a recent Turkish Cup final, this guy put on a masterclass. With 1 assist, 46 passes and 91% passing accuracy, 8 key passes, 3 big chances created, 5 out of 5 long balls, 3 out of 5 dribbles, 2 tackles and 6 duels won. He received an overall 9.4 rating. Left-footed and graceful on the ball, you can see why there's a demand. The only concern I have though is where would he fit into the Arsenal team? His main area is on that right hand side, similar to Martin Odegaard. This guy is Fenerbahce's number 10. Not too long ago he signed a contract extension. How much would Arsenal be willing to pay? Talking of attacking midfielders, let's talk James Maddison. According to John Percy of The Telegraph, Leicester are ready to demand a significant fee for James Maddison. It is understood their initial asking price is over £50 million. James Maddison is a profile that I believe under Arteta could really thrive. Able to play as a wide forward but also as a number 8. His ball striking is up there with the very best, and that's why he's always scored goals. But as Fabrizio Romano confirms, Tottenham and Newcastle are also into the race to sign James Maddison. he is set to leave Leicester. Negotiations will take place soon. Ange Postecoglou is Arsenal Maddison, but Newcastle are working on this deal since last summer. There is a lot of competition, and you also can't forget that Arsenal have Emile Smith-Rowe. The only way I see Arsenal signing a Maddison is if an ESR was to depart. We've also got an update on the future of Ilkay Gundogan. After captaining Man City to a historic treble, enjoying the Man City parade, Fabrizio Romano confirms Ilkay Gundogan will make a decision on his future soon. Man City have offered a 1-year extension plus 1 more season as an option. Barca have offered a 3-year deal. Saudi clubs trying to tempt him since January. Arsenal are also interested and informed. I still believe Barca is his prime destination, but Arsenal are still there, and you can totally understand why. It's not just about the experience and leadership, but more importantly the Arsenal left-sided number 8, the area of Granit Xhaka. It's a very rare position. You need to be able defensively, win your duels, and be comfortable in the final third. Very few players in the world are able to play in that role, and Gundogan is one of the very few. Available on a free transfer, Arsenal have to throw their hand in the ring. The future of Declan Rice is also heating up. According to Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal have a match point in the Declan Rice saga. This week is going to be very important. An official offer will soon be submitted, and we have some breaking news. According to Jacob Steenberg, Arsenal are close to agreeing a fee with West Ham for Declan Rice, with the Gunners expected to pay more than £100 million for the midfielder if certain add-ons are achieved. A bid is yet to be submitted, but talks between the clubs are progressing smoothly, and there is confidence that a deal will be finalised soon. Arsenal are entering the final stages of negotiations. A fee is nearly agreed. The Basmati rice is heating up and it is cooking. The source itself is very reliable, especially when it comes to West Ham. As Steenberg claims, sources believe the prospect of a rival club trying to sign Declan Rice is receding. Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Newcastle and Man United have looked to sign Rice, but Arsenal have been the most aggressive in attempting to buy him. It looks like the owners are fully backing Mikel Arteta. They saw the progress last season, they saw how close we were to a title, but they want to take Arsenal to the next level, and it seems like this time round, it's not about the first offers, it's about making the right offer and getting the deal done as soon as possible. As Steenberg claims, Mikel Arteta is a huge admirer of Declan Rice and is determined to add him to his squad. Arteta believes Rice will be key to helping Arsenal mount another challenge for the title, while Rice is a fan of Arteta's football. There are 2 reasons why Mikel Arteta wants the Rice on his plate. Firstly, it goes down to duel winning. Arsenal are already a very good pressing team, but then when you add in Declan Rice, a player that won the ball back the most times and made the most interceptions in the Premier League last season, Arsenal would be adding another anticipator, a player that can win the ball back and help Arsenal sustain pressure. But you also have to think about the mentality. Last year towards the end of the season, a lot of people called Arsenal bottle jobs. They weren't able to get over the line. You then look at Declan Rice, a natural leader, captain of his club at 24 years of age, helping West Ham win their first ever trophy since the 1980s. If Arsenal can get him, it would be a statement of intent to sign another team's captain, one of the most in-demand midfielders in the world. It seems like Arsenal's hunger doesn't just end with Rice. According to Jacob Steenberg, Arsenal are also considering bidding for Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo and are trying to sign Manchester City's Ilkay Gundogan on a free transfer. Arsenal are looking to add 3 new midfielders, and that's a bit of a surprise. Even without Granit Xhaka, where is the other spaces there? Are there going to be further departures? With the futures of Emile Smith-Rowe, Thomas Partey and Jorginho all still in doubt? Moving on to the other Arsenal news today, and let's start off with next season. As it's been confirmed, the legendary former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger will manage Team Zinchenko in the game for Ukraine at Stamford Bridge on the 5th of August. Zinchenko is playing, Arsene is back, it's great to see, but there is one clash. Arsenal also have a game that same weekend, the 6th of August, Man City vs Arsenal in the Community Shield. With Zinchenko involved in a charity match, will he be able to play in the Community Shield? Arsenal fans also need to keep an eye out this Thursday, as the Premier League are about to announce next season's fixtures. The first game is going to be important, but more importantly, let's keep an eye out for the final few games. If Arsenal are fighting for a title next season, those games will be the run-in. This season we had some difficult games: Liverpool away, Man City away, Newcastle away. What do the Premier League have planned for Arsenal next season? And who do you guys want on the opening day? We've also got the future of Pep Guardiola. According to the Guardian's Jamie Jackson, Pep Guardiola plans to end his Man City stay in 2 years when his current deal expires. Ever since his arrival, this guy has dominated the Premier League. In his 7 years in England, he has won 5 league titles. He has changed the way the teams play. He has helped Mikel Arteta. And in terms of Mikel's future, he signed a brand new contract last season, which expires in June 2025. If Guardiola is to leave in that summer, the rumours are going to be there. Mikel has always been touted as an heir to Guardiola. This is where Arsenal will need to be proactive once again. They've secured the future of so many important first teamers. They can sign Rice and Caicedo. but the future of Mikel Arteta may be the most important, and I do want the next season, if things go to plan, will Arsenal give Arteta another contract extension? But that is the video there and there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy in all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the latest episode of the Transfers FC. The race for Declan Rice is heating up, Arsenal are getting closer, so stay tuned as we find out what happens next, and I'll see you next time. Take care, in a bit.